Yeah.
Okay, we back at it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, I was just speaking on how Blak from 20 Life didn't really get a lot of credit for the things that he did behind the scenes. Um, a lot of people thought that they were on big time records, which in a sense they were, but they were just being distributed through big time records. Blak did everything by himself. You know what I'm saying? Like he like we were speaking earlier, you know, he knew a lot of people in the music business that got us connected. He and D from Trinity Garden Cartel were pretty cool. And so they kind of linked us up, guys from the north side. Uh, he the one that got us linked up with Master P. You know, all that was through Blak.
Okay.
You know, a lot of people don't give, don't I can't say don't give credit, but they just don't know. You know, that's just a shout out to my boy. You know, he did a bunch of things behind the scenes, and
And this is one of the reasons why I do this here, siblings, so we can, so the story can be told. So most definitely, I'm gonna
but
get in contact with Blak and Killer Hole and get,
oh yeah,
so
no
we.
doubt, no doubt. Yeah, they definitely need to be on here, man. They got like you said, they got a story to be told and everything else. Actually, Blak, um, you remember the No Ordinary Nigga EP that I put out first?
Yep.
Blak actually financed that.
Damn.
Right. So a lot of people didn't know that. But you know, he was behind. I would say that call from Lil J is what really kept me in the game. Then I met up with Born Twice, and he was my first manager, and he took me over to the org, which
So
is
what?
of course Rick
So I did.
Royal.
So one minute. Sorry. Okay. So Born Twice. At this time, is he a manager slash artist, or is he still
Yeah,
or okay?
he's a manager slash artist. I, if I'm not mistaken, I might have been his first artist. You know, he was really digging my music. And you know what I'm saying? That was another point in my life where I realized, hey man, you kind of you have something. And like I said, we him and Rick Roy were like brothers. So we were over there every day, on the cypher rapping, and Rick Roy them, took a liking to my style, and encouraging me, and man, you're gonna sneak up on some people, and those type of
Mm.
people that those are the type of people that instill confidence in me, that let me know, hey man, this dude really got something. And two other instances after I wasn't signed with Big Time yet. Point Blank had brought me aboard as a part of his team. I was his hype man,
Hmm.
and I hadn't had a contract or anything like that. I was just on the road with them guys. 3-2, the Convicts, Big Mike, UGK, Point Blank.
So explain how I understand. Obviously Blank, that's big time record. I understand UGK, that's big time record. What about the Convicts? So was the Convicts not on Rap a Lot at this time then?
Yeah, they won't rap a lot. They would just they happen to be on a little mini tours with us.
Okay, okay.
Right. The terrorists. So for the most part, it was those four groups. It was the terrorists, um, convicts, UGK, Point Blank. We
Mm,
pretty much, was hitting the little scenes around Texas, Austin, San Antonio, places like that.
hmm.
Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and stuff like that. Those kind of places. But I said that to say I hadn't even had a contract yet, and I remember Pimp C pulling me to the side, and he's like, "Man, PSK, you could rap your ass off, boy. Keep it up, man. Keep it up, man. I like your style." And me, I'm still not in the game yet, trying to get in the game. And can you imagine, the effect that it have on somebody that I don't even have a contract yet? And damn, bro, that's Pimp C telling me I got something.
Oh, well, so, all right then. So how are you? So because you know, uh, for us in the UK, UGK was big, right? So in in Houston and in Texas, full stop. How big was UGK at this time? And Chad Butler, aka Pimp C, saying to you, "Yo, K, yo, you got something, man."
I mean, the effect, no, ain't no words for it because they were like the shit. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mm-hmm.
when it came to rap in this part of Texas, it was UGK. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you had the Ghetto Boys, but on the ground, on the scene, in the hoods, on the streets, it was UGK.
UGK. Yeah.
It was UGK. And like I said, when Chad told me that, I couldn't even feel the ground under my feet. You know?
Yeah.
And I was like, shit, man. I was like, shit, man, Pimp C. And then to be honored, like a lot of people don't know this. Like when you saw, did you see Russell's interview on Donnie Houston?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And he was saying that Chad owed them songs.
Yeah.
And we went to Atlanta to do the songs.
Mm-hmm.
Guess who was with Russell? It was only two people that went to Atlanta. It was me and Russell.
Didn't he say someone else drove him down there? Or am I mixing it up?
No, we flew down there.
Okay.
And the songs that Chad was gonna give him was gonna be an EP from a group called the Trill Ass Niggas. And you know who was in that group?
Oh man.
Me, Bun B, and Pimp C.
T- So, all right
Remember,
then. So whoa, whoa, whoa,
remember
whoa, whoa.
Russell was saying
Yeah.
that we had recorded the songs.
So where's
Next thing you know, PSK had the song.
so
That
where's the
was
other? Where's
that
the
was the
other?
song.
Go
Go
on,
ahead.
sorry. No, no, you go, 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 go.
Well, like I said, that was a song that we recorded that that was supposed to go on the Trill Ass Niggas album, the EP. So what Chad had decided was the songs that UGK owed Russell was gonna be an EP. Again, the group was gonna be Trill Ass Niggas, me, Bum B, and Pimp C. We went down to Atlanta, started recording, and shit just went south as far as Russell and Chad, what
Okay.
was going on. Again, at this time, I'm an artist.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not in the mix of shit because it's big time records and jive records business. It ain't none of my business, to be honest. I'm just happy to be there.
Yes.
I'm like, okay, well, shit, let's do this Trill Ass Niggas album, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Shit, this is what I need right here. It's
Mm-hmm.
on. So I ain't really into the intricacies of what's happening. And like Russell said, well, shit, hello? Hello?
Yeah, you're back. You're back.
Okay. Yeah, and I look up one day and Russell said I look up one day and PSK got the song. I got the song because I felt like Chad them own the song until they closed the deal with Russell.
Mm-hmm.
And on that interview, I don't know if Russell intentionally made.
Yeah, you're back.
Okay, my bad. But like I was saying, I don't know if Russell intentionally made it sound like, but it sounded like this. I came up with the song out the blue. I stole the song,
Mm.
which wasn't the case. When I was doing, by this time, I had my own company and I was doing my own thing. Russell had never had a copy of the song, never.
Mm-hmm.
So in my mind, I'm thinking, well, shit, Chad them on the song. So I got with Miss West and I got with Chad on license to use the song. So I didn't go to Russell and get the song. I went to Chad and Miss West and got the song.
Yeah.
And then I ended up putting it on one of my compilation songs called "What's Up, My Boy." And
What was that?
I don't know. I don't know
What was that released on?
the song.
Mm-hmm.
It was released. It was released on one of my compilations. I don't remember, but it was also released on a UGK Underground project.
Okay.
I remember I had moved to Atlanta in '99, and I was working in the airport, and a lot of my coworkers that knew who I was, and knew, what I did, and knew I did with UGK and that kind of stuff. And I mean, one day, man, literally one of my coworkers like handed me a UGK a pressed mixtape. And he was like, "Look here, bro, you on?" And I was like, "Damn, I am on this." And that's how I even found out the song had even got released to the public.
So
One of my coworkers brought
how
me the
many
CD.
tracks did y'all actually do then for this Chillax EP?
We finished one, but we started more.
Okay.
We ended up we ended up leaving for whatever reasons I still don't know about to this day. And I have my ideas about why we left,
Mm.
but it's really just written in concrete stone. I don't know why we left. I mean, a lot of people know how Chad was. A lot of people know Chad was moody. Um, you know what I'm saying? It don't take a lot to rub Chad the wrong way. And I mean, shit, that could have been it. But I mean, I just can't see us going down to Atlanta to get a fucking album from UGK and leaving there with nothing.
Mm.
Leaving there with nothing.
That's crazy. Again,
And
that's a part of history that Chad and obviously Russell know what the full intricacies of that situation is,
right,
but that's a big part of history that's just a gaping hole.
right,
You know what I
right,
mean?
right,
Trillas, Bon B, Pimp C, PSK. That's another part of the legacy that's what I mean
right,
missing.
right. That just goes to show how Chad liked like this. Man, Chad loved the song. Chad loved that song. He told me all the time, man, we beating these boys across the back with this PSK, man. We got a hit.
Yeah,
So
definitely. And was that so? That came out a year after Riding Dirty, right?
what?
You're out that Born Bad, because that was 97 that
Right,
came out,
at the end of '97.
and Riding Dirty came out in 96, right?
Right, right.
Yeah, this is what I mean by that golden era, man.
Right, exactly.
Golden
Right.
era.
Yeah. So, like I said, back to the question you asked earlier, man, you come out on the heels of Ride Dirty, and at the same time in the back of my mind, man, these dudes, my label mates, all that they're going through with Russell, but you still gotta equal that or
Mm,
better that. You still gotta come with that fire. That's what people
hmm.
expecting from big time records.
Exactly. Exactly. So you started Night Shift Music. Is that still going, sibling?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What was the
All
thought behind the name?
Well, because the thought behind the name actually goes back to when I was telling you about my younger brother. How he was pretty much the head of all marketing and promotions,
Hmm.
and I would be at home. I was a single dad, so I would be at home with the kids. Making sure home is done.
Hmm.
And my brother's out at the clubs at 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning while I'm at home sleep with the kids.
Mm.
And shit, he was doing the night shift shit. So that's where I got the name at. Night shift music. That's what we do. That's why we moved a lot of the units at. During those times in the morning because my brother was out when everybody was out.
Yeah, putting in that work.
Everybody was out on the scene. Everybody partying. Everybody got money to spend.
Mm. So was a lot of that something to lean to? Was it out the trunk? A lot of the sales from that there?
More than half of the sales were out of the trunk. Yeah, hand to hand, hand to
Yeah.
hand. We saw cold hard cash.
Yay.
And then another big deal was the merch from the album, because we did the T-shirts. We was the first one to do the lean cup and the soda and the
Yep.
lean. We was the first ones to do it. And just to show how people be hating. When we first did them, everybody was like, "Oh man, he doing that, man. We walk around with these cups and the laws know what we doing." I'm telling you, I heard this when they first came out. And months later, we selling them some bitches for 25 a piece and can't keep them. Can't keep them. That just let you know how motherfuckers be hating this shit. You know what I'm saying? But the merchandise, man, we did probably down as many T-shirts as we did CDs. Because shit, whoever bought the CD wanted the T-shirt. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, man, we did. I don't want to throw no numbers out there, man, but we did really nice. We did really nice.
That independent out the truck money, man. You
Out the
cannot
trunk
beat
money,
money.
man. Yes, 15 for the CD, 25 for the shirt.
You heard?
Come on, man.
Listen,
$40 a head.
you know what I
You
mean?
get $40 from everybody you see. Not $10 and $15. You get $40 from everybody you see.
And also the interaction. I mean, think about it as well. It's the fact that you can see the artist. You know what I mean?
Right.
You can chop it up
Right.
with them. Here's
Right.
physically that dough. I mean,
Right.
them dollars.
That's the difference. That make that $40 worth it.
Mm.
Oh, can you sign a shirt for me, PSK? Hell yeah. Can you sign a CD for me? Hell yeah. Let's go. You know what I'm saying? You met PSK. You got him to sign your shirt and your CD. You got a CD and a shirt
Yep.
for $40.
Priceless, man.
Right. Right. And I still get people, man. Man. I remember when you signed it for me. I remember when I met you.
Yes.
You know, and that's worth that money they spending, man. You can't put a price on it.
You see what I'm saying, man? That's just that whole experience that, you know what I mean, when they pick up the CD, that they can travel back into time. So, you know what I mean, to when they met you at the gas station or at the mall, or, you know what I mean, wherever it was. Those are the priceless moments that unfortunately the artists today have never experienced and know nothing about, because it's all this digital stuff. You know what I mean? They're missing out something major on this year, man. Something big.
Right.
So it's 2020, right? And we've had that Wreckless Klan, which is doing great. We've had the video come out. As we're talking about PSK-13, are we gonna see a Something to Lean To Volume 3 or 4 coming?
Well, we did Volume 3. Volume
okay.
3 kind of came out with hardly any promotion behind it. Actually, that came out at a time where I was really doing my dad thing.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't really into the music, and Point Blank approached me about it. And you know, saying, man, you got a pretty good brand now, and you know, I see a chance where, you know, we can make some money, man. You're a single dad now. I know you need that bread. I'm out here in the street still. I'm out here on the scene still. Let's collab on it. And I was like, sure, man. You know, I'll license you to use the brand, and you go ahead and put it out. You know, it did well, and it's still actually I have a box of them in my car right now too. It did well, and but you know, I mean, needless to say, it didn't do as well as 1 and 2.
Yes.
There is a part 3 out, and it's a good project as well. But as far as part 4, that's something to think about. To be honest, I hadn't thought about it, but you know, it's definitely something to think about. You know, and it is somewhat of a franchise. So you know, you never know, man.
Definitely. Listen, we need that damn, man. We need some more of that K.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Some of that tycoon. Oh, listen, we need that there. We need some of that 20 to life. I'm sure someone said that, you know what I mean? Them boys have been putting in some, I think it was Clan Light was saying that they're already in the studio putting in some work for some new material, right?
Yeah, they are in the studio. Yeah.
See what I'm saying, man? We need some of that there back, man. We need
Yes, sir.
you pioneers and legends to come back in and show this year or quote unquote rap game what you know
Yes,
what I
sir.
mean, what
Yeah.
they've been missing.
Speaking of Klondike Cat, I do get good feedback on that on No Tricks too from Born Bad. A lot of people be like, man, that's my favorite song. Man, that No Tricks is. Matter of fact, a guy yesterday on my IG DM was talking about No Tricks. So that's another classic out Born Bad.
Look, listen, we can
Like
go
that.
from track 1 to track 14, which is obviously the remix. All of them are
Right,
slaps, mate. All of them knock. All of them go hard, sibling.
right, right. Even the remix, I like the remix like yesterday too. Man. I really
Yeah,
like
the
it too.
remix. Yeah, it's the same track
Yeah,
though, sibling. But yeah, but it's the
yeah,
remix. But yeah. Even that knocks is something, man.
right,
It's straight
right.
slaps. This is the
Now
era.
see the remix is actually the radio edit. So the remix is what played on the radio.
Right.
The original was just the album version, and the remix is actually what played on the radio with the Mercy Me sample.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay. So did the radio edit? Okay, what's the best way to ask this then? So, what were people feeling then more, the album edit or the album version or the radio edit? Because they're very different tracks, and when you
Right. I mean, I
production
don't.
wise.
I was right. I mean, I would say. I would say probably. I mean, I'm gonna say the album version, and the reason why I'm gonna say the album version is because Screw did such a great job with it, and that's what a lot of people really. That's what really come to mind when they think of like yesterday. They think of Screw's version because that Screw's version is like maybe 8 minutes long,
Yes,
and
yes.
you know he he did what he do with it. So
She's
a lot of people from a lot of people from the South or this area, they remember that version. But a lot of people, worldwide or nationwide,
mhm,
they're gonna remember the Mercy Me version because that was the radio version.
yes. I'm glad you brought that to my attention. To be fair, because I knew I didn't remember. What also I didn't know that that was the actual one that would have been released on the radio. I thought it would have been the album one. I thought that was just like a bonus. Here you go, have that as a little mix kind of thing.
Right, right, exactly. Exactly.
Blowing up the scene, pay like you way, no ordinary, agging.
Right. Yeah.
Something to lean to, pay like you way. You've got an extensive catalog, sibling. Love is a
Right.
new hate. Hate is new love even.
Right. Now, see, Haters of New Love actually was from my solo album, my up and coming solo album.
Hmm.
That was gonna be the single for my new album, and then Smoking the City came from my new album.
Are they still
And
going to appear on the album?
no, 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 that's Wreckless Klan music now.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, that was kind of where me challenging myself. Hey man, you can come up with two more songs, two more
Mm,
bangers.
what? Listen,
So,
of course you can. Of course you can. And what are we thinking? Obviously, I know you're still working on that there, and obviously, I don't need to give too much away. Um,
but
what are we thinking feature wise? Are we gonna go heavy feature wise, like a bad news
uh,
travels fast, or are we gonna?
as of now, as of now, I have 8 Ball and MJG,
Whoa,
Jada Kiss,
Kiss.
and somebody else, man. I forgot. Who else I got? But that honest, those are probably the only two features that I have is Jada,
Okay.
8 Ball, MJG, and of course, SBC members.
Yes. So yeah, wow. It goes without saying, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to, I've been out the scene for a minute, so I'm gonna try to keep the features limited, and
Hmm.
and give them
Showcase
my
your skills.
Right, right, right. But yeah, I mean, and those two, man, those two bangers, bro.
I can imagine. I can imagine. I'm just trying to formulate what that sound's gonna be. Are we gonna utilize this? Who are we gonna use production wise?
For the most part, I got Sean Solo. Everybody knows Sean Solo
Yes.
Johnson. He was probably the hottest producer in Houston history.
Mm-hmm.
You know, amongst others. Um,
So many to
uh,
name.
Swift, Big Swift on there too as well. Everybody know Big Swift from the stuff he did with H Town, the music group H Town.
Yes, 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 yes.
Uh, who else? A couple of up and coming producers, man, that I really felt, you know, that they fit my style and where I'm going with the album.
Mm.
But for the most part, myself and Harvey Love was supposed to get together too. Um, I just touched bases with KLC,
The drum
and
master.
right, I just touched bases with him. We're gonna see what we can come up with, and John Beto as well.
Beto, what?
Yes,
Listen, okay. Since you've brought Beto one up, right? Um, talk about Beto because I don't really hear too many people speaking on that genius, that musical genius.
well, Beto is a you know he has a personality that's really magnetic. Everybody want to work with him, but he's not a real rah type of guy. You know, he play his part, play the scene, and just do great music. You
Mm.
know, um, last I heard, he was doing some stuff for Q, and you know, we're gonna get together and see where we can go. You know, see if we can get something done on this PSK project. But you know, for
If-
the most part, man, Beto is pretty much the godfather of Houston music. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
for sure.
He was doing the Ghetto Boys long time ago.
Long time.
All, all they hits, you know. So you know, it'll be an honor to work with Beto. So you know, I was excited when I was excited to get him on the phone.
Give
I was
thanks.
excited that he knew who I was.
I hear that, sibling. I hear that most definitely. Because we're talking legends, man. If people don't know, go back and listen to some of that old rap a lot. A lot of that was Beto. We got what?
Right.
Beto, what, Crazy C at that time as well.
LC, right? Yeah. Yes, sir.
What Mike Dean, Dean's List,
Mike Dan, yeah.
N.O. Joe.
All them boys live. I don't know if he was on the beginning of
Was
rap.
he?
I don't know that. I don't
Okay,
know.
okay. But
I mean, at the very beginning, I know he was in the earlier, when
yeah.
Face was, when Face was being Face and making a name for himself. But
Mm,
as far as at the very beginning, I'm not sure if Beto was
okay. N.O. Joe was around them times. Okay, okay.
there. Right, right.
All gravy, man. All gravy. So as we wind this build down, sibling, um currently, I mean, I don't really pay too much attention, but something very big is taking place in the wilderness of North America, where you are, presidential wise.
Right.
What's your take on this event? Should I call it that?
You being generous by calling it event. I mean,
I want to leave it very open, so I'll let you comment and I'll come behind you, sibling. You heard?
well, I mean, man, people people like you and me, we don't really have a dog in this fight, to be honest. Um, it's I mean, not to beat around the bush. I mean, it's bullshit. Um, what's going on over here, man, is primitive, antiquated. It's just it's sickening that all of this goes on, all this type of bullshit goes on, when the real problem and the elephant in the room is racism over here. It's not about no fucking economy. It's not about no fucking health care. Because other countries in the world have better health care than us and have always had better health care than us. That ain't the fucking topic here. Because health care and the economy, I mean, those are fixable easily. The elephant in the room is the racism that nobody will own up to, nobody will take accountability for. Um, the Trump supporters are steadily saying that it don't exist. You know, there's no systematic racism. What rights do I have that black people don't have? Basically playing dumb. You know, in general, of course, the question when you ask, like, well, what rights that I have that you don't have? On the surface and superficially, none, basically. But when you go to buy a house and you get money for a house loan and the rate is 4%, and I go to get a house, I get the loan, yeah, but at 19, 20%.
Mm.
So when you ask the question on the outside, basically, well, I can buy a house, you can too. Yeah, but your house is at 4%. Mine's at 19, 20. Yeah, I got a house, but I'm gonna be paying for that motherfucker a few years longer than you are. Same thing with any type of loan, a mortgage, a car, land, any type of shit like that. That's what we call systematic racism. No, you didn't call me a nigga. You know, no, you didn't disrespect me. Nah. But you use the system to, in a sense, prove your point or get your point across, should I say. And that's the issues, you know, that we want to address over here. And nobody's really addressing them, man. I mean, Trump bullshitting, Biden bullshitting,
Hmm.
and you know, a lot of people over here down in Q, a lot of these dumb folks, you know, well, why Q dealing with a racist? Shit, if he deal with either one of them, he dealing with a racist. The fact is, we need to sit at the table. And a seat at the table is just a start, man. Like Q ain't finna fix shit, but we need to be there in the discussions. And I help a lot of people understand it by putting it in terms of a Trojan horse. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We pull up to the meeting in the Trojan horse. Trojan horse they ass. You know? Then we hop out the motherfucking horse at the meeting when our heads done met and this and that. No, okay, motherfucker, now we here now. This what's gonna happen.
This is what it is.
Right, right. So it's a lot of confusion right now, man, and I don't like the divisiveness that has been created by people not necessarily seeing what Ice Cube is trying to do. And a lot of people were like, "Well, what about the timing? What about the timing, man? We've been in smoke for 400 years. But what about the timing? Who's done anything since MLK or Malcolm X were murdered? Who's done anything? I'm arguing with brothers on Facebook with why Cube didn't do it in 2016. Don't nobody know. Don't nobody care. But he doing it now. I mean, just the man putting his career on the line, putting his reputation on the line. He don't need no money. $250 million in box office receipts. A successful basketball league, not a team, a league. So he ain't doing it for money, man. What are y'all talking about? Let's hear the man out. We fucking up by, first of all, doubting him, and even more so, showing our doubt for him. Imagine the leverage and the little bit of power that we could have already garnished just by saying, okay, Q, we'll listen. We're going to come on one accord, and we're going to listen, man. Let's see what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Just how much leverage and power could we have garnished by saying us as a race, okay, let's see what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Instead, niggas all on Facebook, man, Cube ain't speaking for me. And what the fuck Cube doing? And Cube ain't no politician. Already divisiveness. Already, that ain't garnishing us no leverage or no power. Even if you don't agree with him, let's at least be on one accord and say, we'll listen. Now, the fact that us listening and saying, you know what, we're going to hear you out, Cube. We're not going to jump in 100%. Let's see what you're working with. That shows unity right there, even if we don't agree with what he's doing. Just the fact that he has our attention is going to make these white folks say, oh, shit. Mm-hmm. They might be on or something. And that's what I don't agree with as far as how we're handling Q. All we had to do was say, okay, you know what, man, we'll listen. We wake up the next morning with more leverage and power than we've had in years because we all look on one accord. You feel me?
Yep. Unity.
So that's just, right.
Coming together as a unifying force.
Just to listen, not even to throw our head in, not even to say we down with it, not even to say yes, but just the fact that we listening and that we all on one accord, even just listening, that's leveraging power right there.
1,000.
And I just, like I said, man, I got kicked off of Facebook.
The time drought for a period. Yeah, man. Yeah, I bet.
30 days.
And you know what?
I'm going in on motherfuckers. I'm like, man, fuck y'all. Y'all some dumbass niggas. Like, yeah, Cube don't speak for you. He don't speak for me either. Bro, but y'all got to understand, them Republicans, all the ones that don't agree with Trump, they ain't out there all on Facebook saying Trump dumb, saying Trump this, Trump that. You know what the motherfuckers doing? They saying it behind closed doors, but they all look like they still supporting Trump.
This is the whole point, as you've highlighted, coming together as a unifying force and collectively saying, okay, as you say, okay, then O'Shea Jackson, aka Ice Cube, what's the deal? You know what I mean?
Right.
Where you coming with? What's the plan? Okay, yeah. Right. We like 2/3 of your plan, but 1/3 of the plan we're not filling. So as a collective, we're going to come together and democratically, if that's the system we're going to utilize, and say, okay, yeah, and these are the point. This is what we want to bring forth. So as a collective, as a body, we can say, okay, this is our seat at the table. This is where our 23 trillion spending capabilities can go. Yeah, this is where our votes are gonna go. Right.
Right.
So
Right.
where are we gonna meet at the middle? How are we gonna do this thing? And then through
Right.
a month period, through 6 month period, for a year period, we might say, you know what, Ice Cube, we're gonna elect Mac 10 now to do the thing, or we're gonna get PSK to come and do the thizzle wiggle, or we're gonna get Zero to come and, mastermind this thing, or K Reno, or we're gonna go out.
We still harnessing power and leverage
Yes,
by not publicly dragging through the mud and disagreeing.
but
That's my whole thing.
mm, but as the new album is titled "Hate is the New Love." This is the new form of expression, to disrespect people, to pick faults at people, rather
Right.
than to uplift somebody and say, you know what,
Right.
you may be you're a little bit wrong in these certain areas. You're right here. Hey, together we can come together and put you back on this right path. It's
Right.
nah. This
Right.
nigga's out of
Nah.
he's out of his fucking natural mind, man. Fuck this
Right.
nigga.
Right.
He's a bozo.
Right. Exactly. And that's what's discouraging to me, man. That's disheartening. But for the most part, like I said, this whole election shit, man. I'm like, I'm gonna vote every election. I'm gonna vote. But then hear brothers on Facebook, what you voting for? And why I'm a vote? Don't nothing change, man. People still saying that shit in 2020, man. These same niggas be on Facebook talking about Black Power, this, all these hoteps and all this
Yeah.
stuff, and this and that, and then to sit up and say what you voting for?
They don't
Man, come
understand the power of what their vote is, and also they don't understand, as we've highlighted, collective power. Individually, your vote doesn't mean anything, but if we come together and
on.
say,
Right,
you are the person who is going to represent us, and if you're going to represent us, these are the things that you're going to need to have to, to bring to the table.
right,
That's what every other community does, right? Right? We
right.
got the
And then
Jewish community.
all these cats, man. Then all these cats, Professor Griff, all them other cats supposed to be activists. Like, where have y'all been? Where have y'all been? Y'all come out, speak down on Cube, denounce what he's doing. But where have y'all been, Professor Griff? Where you been since the last Public Enemy album? But you post on Facebook, man, talking mess, talking down. But man, where have y'all been? What have y'all done? If y'all gonna sit up here and say what Cube is doing is wrong, when you finish saying what Cube is doing, what he's doing wrong, say what's right to do that. Put up your plan, propose your plan, man, and I'm gonna rock with you. Nobody have no plan. Everybody can say what Cube doing wrong, but can't nobody say the right way to go about it. So what's the use of even come on and calling somebody wrong when you don't have the answer?
See what it
If I'm
is.
saying if I'm saying 4 plus 5 is 10, tell me I'm wrong. And tell me how to find 10. Tell
Yep.
me how to make it 10.
Add on. Add on to the build, rather. See, this is the thing. Again, to highlight it, it's to add on to the build, and when you add on to a build, you can create something. These people are just looking to destroy. They've got a wrecking ball, and all they're looking to do is destroy and not to build. Ain't no
Right.
building, no building, no jewels, no gems. It's
Right.
destruction, terror, death, murder, and whatever ego and gratification they can get out of it before they
Right.
pass.
Right. And we playing right into those hands, man, by just not by really just smashing Cube in the blogs and on the internet, man. We're playing right into their hands, man. And like I said, you don't have to agree with the man. You don't have to agree with what he's saying, man. But all we have to do is say, okay, Q, we listening, bro. Nobody else did anything. Nobody else stepping up. Okay, we listening. Tell us your plan. That's enough to instill fear in the white man over here, man. Overnight, we wake up the next day with more power and leverage than we ever had. If everybody just say, okay, Q, we listening now, you got our attention.
Mm.
Now watch how these motherfuckers act.
Mm.
But nah, my man, nah, man, and why Cube this, and why Cube sitting down with Trump, and why Cube this, and then Cube a traitor, and Cube wants some
Okay,
attention, Cube want money. Man,
but K, peep these blues, Cuddy, right? So if Cube would have sat down with Sleepy Joe Biden, as he's been dubbed, the for some strange reason, this dude who's some kind of politician who's got a very unusual interest in young children and will publicly um, molest them on camera. You've seen these videos, right, Kay?
right,
All right, and he's running for president. The
right,
same dude who what in '97 did that crime bill thing
right,
to lock original people up.
right,
The same dude who went on to Charlemagne, the alleged god, and say if you don't vote for me, you ain't quote unquote Blidak.
right, right,
And people are running down. Now look, Trump. Let's go with Trump. So the same Trump, Ice Cube's dealing with the same Trump. Now this is the only thing I can say. There's more stuff, but this is the main thing I'll say about Trump. When the Central Park youths were getting ran down and all that kind of miscarriage of justice, he was putting out $1 million ads talking about,
right,
you know what I mean, the
right,
animals, lock them up and all this kind of madness. He's
right,
done some fucked up shit, of course he has. And he's very loose on Twitter, talking all kind of reckless shit.
right.
Now we talk about the lesser of two evils, right? So we got some kind of weird perverts who's locking black folk up and touching children on camera. And then we got some dude who's historically had failed businesses, franchised his name out for company, you know what I mean, for hotels and golf courses, etc., messed around with that Central Park song. But outside of that, he's become president. He's talked some wild, reckless stuff, but he's given folk who are married $1,000 or some shit, right?
I'm gonna have to research that one. I haven't heard that.
Yeah, man, married couples, you get $1,000 or some shit.
Oh, that's the stimulus. Oh yeah,
No.
but see, they're making all that shit political as well. So
Hmm.
that's nothing that he's doing. That's nothing that he's doing. I mean, per se, out of the kindness of his heart. I mean, the countries around the world, man, are getting stimulus money as needed. But here in America, we've got one stimulus check since Corona. We've got $1,200.
That's
10 million unemployment applications were submitted last week. So
what?
yeah, 10 million. So people still not making money, people still not working, people still struggling, people still getting evicted, losing their cars,
Yeah,
having to choose what bills to pay.
yeah.
And here in America, the richest country in the world,
Mm-hmm.
each citizen has only received $1,200 since the coronavirus, has started, has been in the play.
So what
So
about business owners? What kind of support has business owners got?
the business owners have gotten their bailouts. That's the
Okay.
big thing down here now is business owners, being sneaky with the business applications and getting more money, and
Yeah,
that's the
yeah,
thing to
yeah.
do now. That's the thing to do now. Rip off the government, with business.
Mm,
But to go back to what you were saying, how it's the lesser of two evils. They both ain't about shit.
yep.
My thing is this: this contract with Black America that Cuba is trying to implement, it's going to go beyond these two guys. You know what I'm saying? See, a lot of people that's why they're saying about the time and both of them ain't shit. Lesser two evil or whatever. But this contract with America is going to play out long after these two guys are out of politics.
Mm,
This contract with America should be in perpetuity. You
mm-hmm.
see what I'm saying? This contract should be implemented or honored from the day that it's signed to the day there is no America. So it really doesn't matter which one of these clowns that we make this deal with, because the next president should honor it, Democrat or Republican. The one after that should honor it, Democrat or Republican.
Yeah.
And hopefully that this contract with America will have some bearing on the next presidents that we elect. You see what I'm saying? Because if they're gonna honor it, and if they're gonna do what the contract says and honor the agreement, that's gonna have some role in who gets voted in, right?
I agree, and I'm very optimistic with that possibility manifesting physically. My only issue is just drawing back upon history to look at what the current powers that be have done, and we've got multiple Iroquois Confederacy contracts in place with the Europeans, the British, the Dutch, saying, okay, you found us here as the Americans, because if we look at Merriam-Webster's dictionary, it says the Americans are the copper-colored races of the Americas, right? So when those settlers, those convicts and bandits and orphans and serfs came over to the quote-unquote New World and found those quote-unquote Indians, those autochthonous original people, they made treaties with them, multiple treaties, sibling. And what did these people, what did these wicked people do? They broke every single last contract. And then what they did is that they instituted that $5 Indian thing, where Europeans could say, yeah, I'll give you $2. You just write me up to say I'm an Indian and give me that land.
Right.
So then we fast forward and we see all of these people who are supposed to be, Native American, I think is the term that's used these days.
Right.
And they're all Europeans.
Right.
So, as I say, I'm very optimistic.
I definitely get that now. The history isn't good. We definitely have to side eye, any type of deals that are being done. But that goes back to the integrity of the people that are writing it up, integrity of the people that are at the table. And unfortunately, that's the play. Nobody will be. I won't doubt anybody for, not having faith in it, because history has shown, what's that more than likely what's going to happen. But again, without a seat at the table, we know what's going to happen.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
If we ain't in there, we know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Without a doubt, unequivocally.
But on a positive in that respect, two things. Government, 2 words. Govern, mental. Yeah. Then we've got what we actually see today, which is, a collective of people who are quote unquote elected by the people, for the people, to carry out the will of the people and to help the people. In all actuality, what we can actually see is not that. We see something more similar to a serfdom type situation, where we've got kings and queens and we've just got little peasants, and then a little sheriff will run around and say, I want this amount of money this month, and just take the money. And if you ain't got it, you're going to prison. There's not real much difference in regards to like the early 18th century and stuff to where we are now. It's just different.
It's not much difference, because There really was no change demanded.
Exactly. But the
You know
point
what I'm saying?
is, it's the people. We, the people, control what's going on. We do all this by consent. So as a
Right.
people,
That's
forget
what I was getting at.
forget the quote unquote nationality, forget the quote unquote ethnicity. We as the people who are governed by the United States of America, for instance, or the United Kingdom, for instance, we have the power.
Right.
So if we're all on Facebook and Twitter and all this stuff and saying, oh, this is crazy, we need change and we want change, how, how do we as a collective make that change? We either vote in the people, the right people to make the change, or we do not comply. We say we're not complying with this system anymore.
Right. But
Government.
percentage wise, there aren't, according to the numbers wise, there aren't more people that are saying that than aren't. Because over here we're 14% of the population. Blacks are. Every single black in America, you come together to a number and say, this is what we're gonna do, this is how we feel. We're still outnumbered.
Mhm.
We're gonna have to cross over into those other genres of ethnicities and get them to think the same way as well. And that's the
Possibly
what's
sibling,
clear.
because if you think about it, okay, 14%, blacks in the UK are we're less than 6%, I'm sure. Less than
Uh,
6% of the population, right? Um, But if we let's look at the Jewish population across the
mhm,
world, in the UK and in America, they're not big. They're not as big. They're not a bigger population. What they've
mhm.
done is, and just like any other nationality, is they understand the power of politics and power and bargaining power, and also circulating money within their own community, at least double the time before it leaves the community. These are the basics which enable us to be able to do what we need to do. In an idealistic utopian world, of course, yeah, man, we could cross over and we can let the quote unquote Hispanics, Latinos come in and black and brown pride thing. That will be all gravy. All we need to do as uh as a nation is just have the right mindset. We've got
Right,
black business. We've had black businesses. You frequent them. It's as simple as that. You don't go
right,
to the Gucci store with your damn money that you've got from your $1,200 and spend all that on one belt. It's the height of insanity. But they've trained adults and youngsters to want trinkets, especially
right,
our community. So rather than thinking, okay, how do I create a legacy and a successful dynasty, where we've got generational wealth, where my child who's in school knows when he gets out of school, he's got 100 wow waiting in a bank to say what company or what business endeavor do you want to get into, young sir or young lady?
right,
Having that start and that foundation is a huge weight off your shoulders because you've got something.
right. We need to. I mean, that's something that we definitely need to focus on teaching and implementing in our culture. Because I mean, like you said, man, people fucked off that $1,200.
Mm,
You know what I'm saying? For real. PS5s, Gucci belts, shit like that. People fucked that bread off. Um, Unemployment, they were giving an extra $600 a month. People that got unemployment, man, people was fucking that bread off.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And back to your point, like that's not how to do it. How to do it is exactly what you just said. the analogy or the example of what you just gave. And it's up to all, like I said, up to all these leaders that are knocking Cube. Why didn't they get on, YouTube and say, "Hey man, let's do this with this money"?
Mm.
They wait to Cube come out to disagree with him, but ain't nobody get on YouTube when saying we was getting all this money and they was giving us this little money we got and saying let's do this, let's do that. There's no prominent African American leader over here to follow. We all left to figure this shit on our own and saying,
Sibling, you're right and you're wrong at the same time because we've had you, especially where you are, you've had so many blueprints. You've had the great and honorable Elijah Muhammad to come forth and bring. Now, you may not agree with the religious elements of what he brings forth, but he came with a blueprint and a plan. You had Noble Juwali, a game at the
yeah,
same time.
yeah, I get that. There's nobody reinforcing it over here now.
Well, Farrakhan is semi doing the works that Honorable Elijah Muhammad did. It's quite different,
Well,
obviously,
well,
but
well, Farrakhan isn't as prominent or as convincing
mhm,
a figure to a lot of people over here.
okay.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, the blueprint, like you said, is proven to work.
Mm,
You know, it's proven to work with the Panthers when they were doing the things in the hood
yep.
and in Black Wall Street in Oklahoma.
Yes.
Those blueprints are proven to work.
Yep.
But like I said again, you'd have to look on YouTube or history books to get
Yes.
that information.
Hmm.
There's nobody prominent
Now.
that anybody trusts now that are doing it.
Hmm.
I mean, like they say, man. I mean, you want to hide something from a nigga, put it in the book.
In a book. Yes. Well,
And
all right then.
that's
Talking
kind of
about
in a,
you're
what's
right.
going on because everything is out there. Everything is proven. But I mean, what we gonna do? I'm not saying I'm saying we as a people, but I know what I'm gonna do.
Hmm.
And what as a people are we gonna do? Or what leader is gonna step up and say, "Hey, man, let's do it this way," because that's basically what a nation of people need is somebody they trust, somebody with some integrity, to say, "Look, let's do it this way." Your
Hmm.
Malcolm X's, your MLKs,
Hmm. And look
and
what
there's nobody like that right
a
now.
sibling, as you've highlighted, those two figures specifically, look what they did. Look what they did to those two brothers. Very, very different in regards to their
Right.
approach. Towards the end, MLK again, rising paradise to both of those ancestors. Um, he started to see that this non-violent thing. Maybe we need to lean and start looking at what Malik El Shabazz, as he was latterly known as. Um, we need to maybe get on that. And what did they do? They infiltrated the thing. They
Mhm.
paid black folk to sit in that place and murder along with other people above because the autopsy shows that there was bullet wounds downwards on it, down
Right.
his body,
Going upwards. Right.
right? So they murdered him. They had MLK on the balcony with Jesse, Messy Jesse up there, yeah, and killed him in broad daylight. Those were the last two people who did who had any real a semblance of power and integrity, and the people were actually down to listen and to follow these people. So we're
Right.
never we're never we're never going to get another leader sibling. I don't think. Honestly, I don't think we're going to get one. I don't think we necessarily need one. What we need is more people to talk about very similar things and very similar programs, if not the same program. So we need Ice Cube to come up and say that. We need Blank to come out and say, yeah, 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 we need to do this here. And we all need to be singing off the same hymn sheet. So in Texas, someone needs to be saying that same thing. In on the West Coast, someone needs to be doing it. On the East Coast and the Midwest, everybody who's prominent, who has the ears to certain demographics of people within our culture or within our nation, this is what we're doing on a local level. Or in this state, this is the person who you're going to do the thing. And at those all those 50 states, those leaders come together and say, yeah, 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 we got these people, we got these people. This is the plan. We nominate someone to say, yo, this is the face of the conglomerates who's going to sit up there at the White House and make these demands.
I mean, back to my point. Where are they? Where are they? And who's gonna step up to do it? Who's gonna be the one that says like Q? I don't care what nobody say. I don't care about the negativity. I don't care about the backlash. I'm gonna do it. We need more people to not worry about the backlash.
Mm,
You know what I'm saying? Or what people think. Step up and do it. And what perplexes me is that only one person has done it, and that's Ice Cube.
mm, it's
So so how do us as a people call someone, I guess for lack of a better term, how do we call someone to arms? How do we say, man, hey man, you're the one?
mm,
When Cube does it, they drag him through the mud. Who's gonna want to step up now?
you're right. Brave, some brave people. I mean, Cube's being brave. If his intentions are pure, and he's got a clean heart, then this is bravery right here. So we need
Right,
more brave people. Expect
right,
and as you've highlighted, he's
right,
financially stable. I think that's another key because
right.
if I do this, I'm gonna lose my job, or my
Right,
fans, they ain't gonna be feeling me if I'm gonna do that. Da, da, da.
right,
Yo,
right,
he's set.
right,
So we need people to be
right,
brave, to have the
right,
integrity and say, you know what, Cube's done it.
right,
I'm gonna do it.
right. So there's sort of a protocol or checklist that the person that does it is gonna have to pass. You know what I'm saying? I mean, say for instance, I run up to City Hall and stick a podium up, and I say, "Hey, man, this is what it is. Everything me and you just talked about. A few people gonna feel me because they know me.
Mm.
For the most part, what they gonna say? Man, who is this nigga?
And then what are you doing?
Hey, this I don't know this nigga. This nigga here must want something. He trying to come up. He
Mm,
trying to make some money. He trying to make a name for himself. So there's certain people like you that they can't say those things about. That's gonna have to step up and do it.
mm,
Well, unfortunately, there's a prerequisite to who can do it. But I mean, that's just real.
mhm.
I mean, and that's just my opinion as well. Because if you ask me, I would love to do it, and I would. But it'll definitely take some financial backing. It'll definitely take, you know what I'm saying, money to put the platform out.
Yeah.
It'll take money for me to travel these places.
Hmm.
It'll take money for me to rent, buildings.
Building security, you need
Yeah,
printing,
right,
flyers,
right, right. So,
marketing. Yeah, man.
right, right. So, I mean, it just all goes back to me, to how I feel about Cube. Like, man, O'Shea Jackson does not have to do this.
Hmm.
He don't have to. You know what I'm saying? He can live a very comfortable life him and his kids can live off of his money.
For sure.
So I mean, what motivation does he have except for what he's actually saying?
Mm,
I mean, I've met him a few times. I don't know him personally, but I know, man, this man left the greatest rap group of all times
mm-hmm.
based on morals and integrity and never looked back. So if he had money, if he had money motive, ulterior motives like that, he would have never left. He would have been like, I'm gonna stick around for the money.
Mm-hmm.
This the greatest rap group ever. I'm gonna just stay and stick it out. I'll eventually get mine. That man had the morals and integrity to say, no, you know what? I know this ain't right. And I'm gonna step out on faith. And if I lose it, I lose it. So that in itself is enough for me not to necessarily question what he doing. I just want to hear him out.
This is it. This is it. Actions speak louder than words. We've had the words. We've had a little bit of backlash. Let's see how we can. Let's see who comes to his aid. Number two, and let's see if this continues. I mean, what is he talking about? Creating a total separate party to talk to these major two, Republican and Democrats.
Yes.
Yeah, man, that's what
In
it
a
is.
sense. In a sense. Not a political party, but a entity that represents black folks, not
Mm-hmm.
minorities,
Yeah.
not minorities, but black people.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? But that's another reason I'm very interested in what he's saying. Because it's aimed at contract with Black America, not
Yeah.
minority America. It's
Yeah.
only designed with Black people in mind.
Well, that term minority, that that these slick little lawmakers are making it so the term minority can be used for like the alphabet crew, the
Right.
LGBTQI, and all the rest of the stuff.
They all fit under that majority. I
Yeah,
mean, they all fit under that, under that umbrella. Right.
even women are a minority.
Sure. 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 Yep.
It's our foreparents went through that civil, not human rights, a civil rights process, which
Right.
as a young adult, reading and going through that. I mean, currently in the UK, October is Black History Month,
Okay.
so we're getting a lot more black Afrocentric type information out, and just looking at that struggle, it's like we can see the games being played because it should have been a human rights, not civil rights. And the
Yeah.
13th Amendment, the whole Constitution should be ripped up, the whole of it, and they should start again, because black people shouldn't be
Right.
no damn 13th Amendment citizen.
Right.
What,
Right.
what, and if you break the law, you're 13th. You're no longer under the 13th Amendment, and you are a slave again.
Right.
Huh?
Right.
It's 2020, and that's still in the thing. And black folk
Yes, sir.
ain't saying, hold up, you need to get that thing out. Like, what?
That's right. Yes, sir. None of that shit was meant to protect us or favor us. It just wasn't. It just wasn't.
It's crazy, sibling.
They didn't have us in mind when they was writing that shit, man.
Of course not. That's the wicked thing about it, man. That's the wicked
Right.
thing about it.
We weren't even considered humans when they was writing that shit. They want to think about us, man.
4/5.
Shit. We were less than humans.
Mm-hmm.
Dogs ate better than us when they was writing this shit. How could possibly they be thinking about us? All men are created equal. These certain inalienable rights. They weren't
Yes.
thinking about us, man.
It's sad. It's interesting. It's interesting from the point of view that there's a lot more people who have been pre-zombie apocalypse, who have been totally desensitized in regards to the plight of the Negro male and female, and now have been
Mm.
forced to endure the minutes and maybe even hours of torturous videos being shared apart all over social media, in the news, in regards to Big George Floyd rising paradise to that brother.
Right.
So there are people now having to actually, address some of the ills that us as original people have had to face for, hundreds of years. And they're
Right.
now thinking, wait a minute, am I gonna continue to partake and carry on this system, or am I going to do something to change this, because this is clearly wrong? So we're seeing more of those people, man. We're seeing more of those people, and I'm hearing the talk, but as I've said, I want to see the actions.
Right. Right. That's gonna make all the difference, man. And again, I keep harking back to Q. I mean, actions speak louder than words, man. You know what I'm saying? He done stepped outside the box. Let's just see what he got to say. Uh,
Definite, sibling, definite. It's been a another interesting build. I knew we would take it to some varied places and stuff. Sibling, have you got
no
anything
doubt,
else you want to promote before we wrap this year up?
man. I just want to promote Black people in general. Stay up, man. Let's stay together. Love one another. Cause I love y'all. And on a less important note, I want to promote SPC, Wreckless Klan, Screwed Up Click, rap music in general, Houston, Texas to the world. Appreciate everybody that's rocked with me for over the years. Rock with my group, rock with my clique. Uh, Shout out to you, Big Dog, for reaching out and giving us the platform to speak a little bit. And just look out for future endeavors, man. Better things to come. We get the goal is to be better than you were yesterday, and that's what I live by. And hopefully everything that I present to the world is a little bit better than the previous endeavor. Check me out on Instagram at PSK-13 for real. It's PSK number one, the number three, FAREAL for real. Um, June, JUNE, Thomas on Facebook. Um, follow me, man. Um, Follow my YouTube channel, PSK13 TV. Um, just hoping to have some good content for you guys, man. Some good music, good, reasonable sound, political views, and just continue to be me and try to get better, man, every day. Again, I want to thank you for giving me the the platform, man, to voice myself, and you're doing a great job.
Honest sibling, honest. Thank you for all the work, and thank you for your honest, uncomparable self, and just being you, mate. You know what I mean? Producing this real music, and the conversation, mate. You got some jewels. Definitely, siblings and listeners, go check out the Instagram page, like, comment, subscribe, share, all of that there. I will put links below. And if there's anybody else through this Texas series that you think I'm missing, make sure you put it in the comments, man, because we got a lot more of these pioneers and legends coming this way. The New Orleans series is just kicked off with Little Yar from UNLV, so definitely go check that out as well. Um,
Right.
we out here, man. We all got stories to tell, and this is the place for
No
it,
doubt.
man. CFR Network, Shalom, Balance, and Paradise.